Greetings, adventurers. It is I, the Quest Master, the creator of Quest for Lubok, the open source text adventure game, which includes such genres as fantasy, exploration, and horror. Now, this is a game I really enjoy making. And I know I'm saying that because I'm the only one making the game. But this portion of the game you're about to see is called the Hillside. Now, I break down every portion that I create and give it different names. And the last one is Mausoleum, and so forth and so forth. But this one, the Hillside, is my gift to all of you Halloween loving adventurers out there. I love Halloween. Halloween is actually one of my favorite times of year next to Thanksgiving. It is the only time of year where you could really dress up as a scary monster. You know, it's fun watching horror films, it's fun to eat candy, all that good stuff. So I decided to make the Hillside a particularly interesting area within the game. It is an area of the game where you're all alone. There's no interactive objects, there's no items to find, there's no enemies to encounter, there's no villagers to encounter, there's no ghosts, there's no monsters, there's no bats, there's nothing. So, in this portion of the game, you're left to wander around by yourself. Paranoia takes hold because you're in a dark area. It's nighttime out, the moon's out, there's some stars, but you're all alone in this hillside, wandering down narrow paths, going to clearings, seeing the beauty of the world, hearing people talking, whispers, laughter, animals howling, just everything to really amp up your fear within this portion of the game. And this is my gift to all of you guys out there and gals that love these types of games. Because text adventures, if you ask me, is a genre that really needs proper representation. Now, I'm not saying that representation isn't there already, but they need to make games where you need to use your imagination. Video games are so boring now that I find that games where you need to use your imagination, you need to plan out things, are the best games ever. And that's what you find in the Hillside. You wander around this dark, treacherous terrain, wondering what's going to jump out at you, wondering what horrors you'll find, what mysteries to be solved, what lurking human dystopian future that you'll find within this place. Now, to me personally, a good video game is one like this. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the creator of Quest for Lubok. No, it's games with heart. And I want to play on the aspect of fear within the human mind. Because a lot of people like going to places that are downtrodden that you would never go to, right? That is what Quest for Lubok's all about. You are setting foot in a place with intrigue and wonder. But in reality, the people all around you are miserable, they are suffering, they can't get out because they are trapped. And that's what kind of gives you this feeling of being trapped with these people. Is at this portion of the game, you are feeling that you are one of them, stuck in an endless cycle, doomed to repeat every inch of misery within this place. You know, it's easy to come up with a map to create characters that you could kind of, understand and kind of know what they're going through and how they're feeling. But it's even harder to take that entire situation and embrace it only for the player to see. So you're basically like them. You're trapped in this area. You're wandering around. You're trying to get out. You're trying to survive. And to me, that is the best element within anything, because it is human nature to go traveling abroad. But what if you were so used to your world that going outside of it, stepping out of it, took you out of your entire comfort zone? I like to look at it as this. When I was younger, I snowshoed north of Manitoba. Cross-country skied, snowshoed, the whole 9 yards. I was by myself, out in the wilderness, in the dead of winter. It was so quiet, you could hear your blood coursing through your veins. You could hear your heartbeat. You hold your breath, you look around, there's nothing but silence, nothing but snow covered fields, everything. You were basically, it was like living as the last person on earth. I do not know how people did it back in those days, like trappers, people who lived out in the wilderness by themselves for years and years and years trying to eke out a living, right? It is something that is truly mesmerizing, and yet there is a lot of fear behind it. Because you think it's beautiful, you think you can go back to the world that you once knew. Me being Alberta, I thought I can, it was like whatever. You're like, oh, this is great, this is wonderful. But in the back of your mind, what if you got lost, you're by yourself, you were starving, you freeze to death, you're lost. And the people you do come in contact with, if you are lucky enough, you don't know what they're going to do. They could turn around and kill you. So you take yourself out of that comfort zone and throw yourself into an entirely alien world. And that alien world is Quest for Lubok. Now, you look around this area on the hillside. There's everything here playing with your mind, playing with your paranoia, your imagination. And that's what I wanted to kind of give this time around on this portion of the game, the hillside, is because I wanted to take everything out. Like in a lot of games, okay, you're going to interact with somebody. There's going to be maybe a hostile or maybe a friendly character or something, or an animal or a treasure or whatever. But here, no, you're left by yourself, because in the real world, there wouldn't be treasures laying all over the place. There wouldn't be, you know, friendly people or non-friendly people. You'd be wandering around looking for these people because you're by yourself in an enclosed area. And to me, that is the greatest fear on the planet, is being alone and not knowing what will happen to you. You could sit down in the middle of the forest by yourself and sit around and be like, okay, here I am. You hope nothing bad happens to you, but God only knows, a kilometer down the road, there might be a bear or a pack of ravaged wolves, right? Or a coyote with rabies. You don't know. There might be hillbillies out to get you or hunting you, and you just don't know it. And the realization of it is that you're alone in this world. You will never see the light of day unless you just keep moving forward. And the hillside is actually one of my favorite spots in the game so far, because it takes you on to another portion of the map, which will bring you into more of a dark, cold, gloomy place, weather-wise. And you will have to find shelter, and you will have to find certain places to find people and stuff like that. And you will be hunted. But it is one of those things within this world that truly terrifies a lot of people. And a lot of people don't like mentioning it. Being a stranger in a strange land, not knowing what to expect, but becoming really blinded by the thrill of adventure, the excitement of what's going to happen, being able to find something of interest just to take back home and tell your family. But in reality, half those people go missing and vanish without a trace. It's the blindness that comes with it, because you're just sidetracked, you're blinded. It's tunnel vision. You're going through this tunnel thinking like, this is going to be great, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to meet so many interesting people, I'm going to see so many people, and then at the end of it, half those people wind up missing. You'll never see them again, or something will happen and that'll be it. Half the time they'll come back home. You don't like to think about it, but every time you leave your safe comfort zone of your hometown or your block or your small little community whatsoever, that's when everything falls apart. That's when everything will break down, and you're left basically to your own devices. And at the end of it, that's all you have is yourself. No matter what happens at the end of the day, it all depends on how you react and how you survive. And to me, that is the greatest fear of all. Being in another place, not knowing how you got there, not knowing if you'll make it out alive, and just trying to survive. And to me, that small sliver of element within the human mind is what truly scares me the most. And It suits so well on this day of Halloween that I'm sharing this with you, and showing you this footage, because at the end of the day, that is all we have is ourselves. With that being said, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, have a safe and happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys in the future. Happy adventuring. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Visit the website, questforlubok.org. You can download Quest for Lubok or play it online. And with that being said, I bid you farewell.